Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we dive deep into one of the most secretive and shocking developments coming out of Iran's defense industry, the Oreshnik missile. A weapon so advanced, so mysterious, that experts around the world are calling it a potential game changer in the global balance of power. For years, Iran has been under sanctions, international isolation, and military pressure from the United States and Israel. Yet somehow, beneath all that pressure, Iran has continued to innovate, experiment, and evolve its weapons technology quietly, strategically, and relentlessly. But now, the Oreshnik missile, a codename leaked from military insiders, has sent shockwaves across intelligence communities from Tel Aviv to Washington to Moscow. What exactly is this weapon, and why is it making the world nervous? Let's find out. According to leaked satellite images and intercepted communications, Iran began testing the Oreshnik project sometime in late 2023, deep in the desert of Semnan province. The missile was reportedly launched under complete radio silence, with advanced encryption and no visible telemetry. Western analysts only detected it when a U.S. satellite picked up a heat signature inconsistent with any known Iranian missile type. That single test has now sparked a storm of speculation. Some experts claim the Oreshnik may be Iran's first operational hypersonic missile, capable of reaching speeds above Mach 10 and maneuvering at altitudes that make it almost impossible to intercept. Others believe it could be a dual-capable system, designed to carry both conventional and nuclear payloads, a move that would dramatically shift the military balance in the Middle East. And here's the real shocker: the name Oreshnik doesn't sound Persian at all. It's Russian. That single detail has led intelligence analysts to believe that Moscow may be directly involved in its development. If that's true, we may be witnessing the birth of a joint Iran-Russia missile project, quietly executed under the radar while the world's attention was fixed on Ukraine and Gaza. Sources close to Iranian military circles claim the Oreshnik is built using hybrid propulsion, a mix of solid fuel boosters and a scramjet engine designed to maintain extreme speeds while performing evasive maneuvers. The missile allegedly uses plasma stealth technology, which allows it to scatter radar signals and avoid early detection systems used by Israel's Iron Dome, David's Sling, and even U.S. Aegis interceptors. One insider described it as a ghost moving faster than sound, invisible to the eye, and unstoppable once launched. That's not just propaganda, because analysts from the Jane's Defense Weekly and the Institute for Strategic Studies have both confirmed unusual radar anomalies in test regions that line up with the expected characteristics of a hypersonic glide vehicle. Now let's talk about the implications. If the Oreshnik missile truly exists and functions as described, it fundamentally changes the equation. Israel's air defense systems, long considered among the most sophisticated in the world, may not be fast enough to counter it. The United States would need to deploy new layers of space-based early warning systems to track and intercept such a missile before impact. And Iran, for the first time in history, would hold a weapon capable of strategic deterrence against both regional and global powers. This changes everything. The U.S. and its allies have always relied on technological superiority to maintain military dominance, but the Oreshnik threatens to level that playing field. If Iran can strike a distant target faster than detection systems can react, the traditional rules of warfare no longer apply. According to leaked reports, Chinese engineers were also seen visiting Iranian test sites. While Beijing denies involvement, the timing aligns suspiciously with China's own advances in hypersonic weapons and its strategic cooperation pact with Tehran. If China, Russia, and Iran are indeed collaborating on missile and propulsion technology, that's a new axis of power forming right before our eyes, one that could rival the combined capabilities of the West. Washington, meanwhile, is deeply alarmed. Satellite data from early 2025 indicates at least 3 test silos under construction in Iran's Central Plateau silos, designed to hold larger and more complex missile systems. Pentagon analysts have reportedly labeled the Oreshnik as a Category Red, threat a term reserved for weapons that cannot be intercepted with existing technology. Israel's intelligence agency, Mossad, is reportedly on high alert. Anonymous sources within the Israeli defense establishment have described the Oreshnik as a nightmare scenario. Not only does it outpace the Arrow 3 system, but it can also change its trajectory mid-flight, meaning that traditional interception algorithms become useless. This has triggered emergency consultations between Israel, the U.S., and NATO partners to develop counter-hypersonic defenses. Meanwhile, Iranian state media remains silent, no confirmation, no denial. But in recent months, officials have repeatedly hinted that Iran possesses a new class of missile capable of outsmarting every defense shield. That cryptic language matches what little is known about the Oreshnik. And it's not just military implications, this could also transform global geopolitics. If Iran truly has such a missile, it suddenly becomes a much stronger player in negotiations with the West. Its deterrence value increases, its influence in the Middle East solidifies, and its partnerships with Russia and China deepen. In essence, the Oreshnik could become the symbol of a multipolar world where U.S. military dominance is no longer guaranteed. But the big question remains, is the Oreshnik real, or is it psychological warfare? Some Western officials suggest Iran may be exaggerating its capabilities to deter attacks using strategic deception to buy time. However, analysts point out that Iran has successfully pulled off similar surprises before, like its Khorramshahr missile family, which caught global defense agencies off guard with its range and accuracy. Given Iran's history of innovation under pressure, it's entirely possible that the Oreshnik is real or at least close to operational. The world may soon find out. Reports indicate a second test could take place within the next few months, this time possibly over the Persian Gulf, where U.S. reconnaissance planes constantly monitor Iranian activity. If such a test occurs and confirms hypersonic capability, it would mark the beginning of a new era in Middle Eastern warfare, an era defined not by tanks or jets, but by blinding speed, advanced AI guidance, and unstoppable firepower. So as the world watches from Washington to Beijing, one thing is certain. The Oreshnik missile, whether real or rumored, has already achieved its purpose. It has changed global perception of Iran's military might, and sent a message loud and clear: Iran is not to be underestimated. This could be the weapon that redefines power in the Middle East, or it could be the spark that ignites something much worse. The race to uncover the truth about the Oreshnik is on, and if the rumors are true, the world has just entered a new, terrifying chapter of modern warfare. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.